Welcome back to part 2.
So if you watched last week's, we got to the part where it says Stanley Parable 2, and now I've got to make a decision of where to go. Yeah, we're going to get straight into it.
Yeah, straight into it.
Here we are.
Right.
Go on.
I'm going to go up the stairs.
Now we're going to the reassurance bucket.
I'm going to the reinsurance bucket.
It's a very good reassurance bucket.
A common
Some might say
complaint of the
it's the
Stanley
best bucket in any
Parable
game.
was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Go on, give it a try.
What is this?
You've got a
Can
bucket.
you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing
You
despair,
can-
must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
No, that's a quick one.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an
Right,
award
we're gonna
if it
let you
isn't
know.
already.
Yeah.
Please, no screenshots.
So what I did is I looked at it.
Okay, I'll
did
be
a
honest, I
screenshot.
haven't decided on this one.
Okay.
I think that
Yeah,
in the
that's
new
nice.
version, the office could
No,
use
no,
a
back.
bit of decoration,
This
like
way.
balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I'm gonna go get well someday.
Oh, I think 12
You
weeks.
know, sometimes when
Hey?
you solicit another
I think it's the
person's
happy
opinion,
12th birthday.
it makes you
Nice.
realise that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Look behind you. That's
Yeah.
that's the one you picked, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
Is that it?
And there's every single one of the photos now changed.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
These are quicker than I thought they'd be. I thought they'd be like, what's down here?
Oh, it's the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's
Oh,
never
what
been
surprise,
done
it's a
before in
hole.
a video game.
No,
This
it's
is in
an
fact
infinite
a
hole.
An infinite hole.
that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video
Oh,
games.
oops.
Great. Cheers, Eric.
You're there for infinitely.
Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then,
It's infinite.
since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Great.
Thank God for that.
Even more of my ideas for the sequel.
So that's the infinite hole done. Alright. There's nothing else, it's just the infinite hole. So what do you think of the features so far? The reassurance bucket, the infinite hole? And
Hooray. Just what I wanted.
Luckily it's only in this extra content area, not in the main game. I'm surprised that you've just completely missed the giant sign that says no. You'll see it.
That one.
Yeah.
New free achievement.
It's a nice free and easy achievement. I mean, like,
Pull the lever, receive new achievement on steps.
yeah, just nice
Now,
easy
here's
achievement. You should get it
something
right.
special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes.
Oh, yeah, look.
You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel, to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
You can stand there for 10 minutes and still won't give you. Okay. I'll save you some time.
Thanks.
What else? What other
Been
exhibits
on there.
haven't we seen yet?
What's this?
It's a jump circle.
Oh, not the CN. Ah, that's very one.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
In my first part, I did all my jumps.
Yeah.
So I came back here and says, oh yeah, you should really enjoy it. Oh, you've already used your jumps. I'm like, I knew, should have known that.
I don't even get an achievement.
Oh, collectibles.
You can find them.
Can you find them all?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video
You'll see
game.
it then.
In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up.
Do you
simply
think there's a
collect
reward for
all of
actually
them, and
collecting
then you
all?
move
No.
the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Just click and you can do it. 1 out of 6. I know where they all are as well. I'm
Of
not...
course you do.
Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it.
I'm going up them stairs.
No, don't go upstairs. That's the end.
I won't go up them stairs.
There is stuff you missed. Oh, go.
Through there. No. Won't be this way, have we? The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game.
Interesting.
How do they know my name?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
I should have clarified. Right now,
I thought you weren't going to say my
the
name.
name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as
You look
Jim,
like you don't look
falling
at
in love and being heartbroken as Jim,
It lights
seizing
up now.
all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and
Because
as
you
Jim
can press
watching
it
your
if you
dreams crumble into dust.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine you're... All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Did them doors open?
No, you go back down. Like there's loads of leaflets around the floor that says, oh yeah, do you want to have your name said in the game or whatever? Like it's just weird.
I mean, for there, yeah.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Yes, we will figure it out later. So you've done the bucket, you've done the button.
Yeah.
Just keep turning around. So you've done the...
What about that? Is that anything?
That's just screenshots. You've done the collectibles, you've done the achievement, you've done the infinite hole, so you've done everything.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So you can go to the exit now.
Where's the exit? Oh, there.
You haven't unlocked the achievement to go there yet. I've been trying to unlock that achievement, and you have to set all the sliders in the settings menu. You have to select them to every single number.
The Stanley Parable 2
I
is
thought I've done
just so
that.
much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screamed, all right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yes, we are. I do how there's a lot of sort of layout being done into Stanley Parable 2.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know
Do you
it's
like
not
all the new
exactly
features?
clear yet how well these features
Goes on a bit.
as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's doing
So you don't like them then?
There's
No, that's all right.
a
It's-
good game
you
in
don't
there
like all the new
somewhere.
features?
He's better than...
You've got the reassurance book.
I'll
yeah.
bring these new features together,
The
and we'll
collectibles.
see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
The epilogue as well.
Okay. Are you ready?
Ready?
Here it is. I
Stanley
give
Parable
you
3.
the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, this is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
That is actually now the menu.
Is it?
Yeah. And there we are. Look, we're back into the main. Oh, yeah. Skip.
This is...
Yeah. Back
Let
in
me
the
guess
main
what the
now.
door's going to say. New content or new content?
No, look, we've got the balloons out.
All
Look.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh,
What?
just get that.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
You don't have to pick it up. It's fine.
Where is it?
It's there.
Oh, it's there.
Every time you play it as well, there's a different saying. I think you
When
should
Stanley
connect.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, you're actually going to listen to me, huh?
You played it, so I trust you.
That's a terrible mistake.
I know.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I think you should go down.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Don't go for the door. I think you should turn around.
I found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley. Remember, no
I think you should go
reward
back to
for
the boss's
collecting
office.
all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I tried. So, I implore you to savour each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Yeah, so go back upstairs.
Oops.
Oh.
Oh, did it again. Bit too fast.
Oops, I did it again. I think you should go to the bathroom.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a...
Shall I tell you where the rest
name
are,
for
or-
these things.
Yes.
What about
Okay.
mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine.
Continue to the boss's office. There we are. I think you should just put the code in.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
Was it
what an
2845?
indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Some nice calming New Age music.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Just keep going. Now turn right. There you go.
Actually, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlets. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by one? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Pause the game and start the game again. Begin the game again, sorry.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Just keep going.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Figurine finders. Just keep going, it's fine.
Maybe Stanley would never pick up the bucket. Lonely bucket, lonely and
Okay,
miserable.
right.
And when Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Didn't want any by any chance.
No.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But
Go straight
eager to
ahead.
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Just keep going.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible
there's a
he
plank
wasn't
there now,
5
look.
years ago.
I think you should climb up the plank. Not there. There's one there, look.
Where? Oh, how do I get there?
Ah, you guess you have to fall down. You can fall down.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anglerines. Very soon.
Figler Anglerines.
And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now
No.
we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anglerines. None of us can.
think he can go through there. Just go back himself.
Oh, that's it.
Yep.
You gotta.
Stanley had
I've
now
done this
gotten
part now.
himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it
I've
seemed
never
the
done
office
this
had
bit.
begun.
Haven't you?
Was
No.
so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
I don't know what to do.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every
So I've never
time you
actually
watch
done
a
this part.
movie where it
Okay.
turns out all to be in the main
So I basically
character's
just killed myself after
imagination,
picking
you
up
must
the figurine.
absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall
no,
of surprises and...
I like how I want to
How
discover
much
something
more
I
exciting you
haven't.
must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
What you've done to the narrator.
I was,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Loads of
meeting
flies
room.
everywhere
Perhaps
saying-
simply missed a memo.
Yeah, keep going.
Stanley, pick up the bucket.
oh,
You don't have to. Just open the door.
okay.
Hey! Go right again.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But
Where am I
eager to
going now?
get back to business,
Straight ahead again.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
It is funny because if you pick up the bucket, you can do all the
Stanley was so
original
bad at
endings
following
again. But
directions
the
that
bucket will speak.
incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
So you need to go up in here. You need to jump onto that catwalk. So just keep going up.
Look, Stanley, I think
On that
perhaps
one.
we've gotten
Yes.
off on the
But
wrong
not
foot
just yet.
here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley left
You have
from
to
the
go that
platform
way,
and
otherwise you can't get the
punched his
figurine.
death.
No, sorry, the
Good
figure
job,
standing
Stanley.
green.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No bucket comment this time.
When Stanley came to a
Because
set of two open
for
doors,
this-
this
for
was
this
not the
stand
correct
the
way to the
finger
meeting
in,
room, and Stanley knew
You
it
cannot
perfectly
pick
well.
up the bucket because you
Perhaps he
can't get
wanted
to
to
it.
stop by
Ah.
the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Yes, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to
As
you?
long as you can
What?
get too far away,
I
you
don't know
can't do
how
it.
to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you
That's why you
something
can't do it.
beautiful.
Ah.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully,
That's
this
odd.
is important. Stanley
What?
walked
There's an open
through
door.
the red door,
Maybe you should go through the open door.
Okay, okay. Oh, look at that.
and there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Say with me, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
You can just begin the game again. Well, that's just the sequels now. Just keep going.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things.
It tricked you, it got you, didn't it?
Those
It
figures,
did a little bit, yeah.
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Huh?
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Ugh.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
We're
Just
gonna-
one more time.
We're going to stop here because the camera's going to cut off in a
Oh,
minute.
okay.
Right, guys, thanks for watching part 2. We were going to carry on, but then we thought about it and thought, no, we'll make you wait another week. We're just going to carry on playing. And we'll do part 3, and that'll be out next week if there's not another video in between that.
Yeah.
These will be released when we have no videos. So, yeah. Right, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think of this series. I'm quite enjoying this, a lot better than the first one. But if you weren't here,
Yeah, I think
I wouldn't have got,
figurines
yeah, I
and
wouldn't have
stuff,
got them.
yeah.
So yeah. Right. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one.